thought that my coffee had spilled all over the floor when I was fixing this to look decent, but luckily it was in a keep cup. One of the best fucking keep cups ever. Look at that shit. Sea Shepherd, I think, is I haven't been there, but the name's familiar, and I think it's a tattoo parlour in Melbourne. I could be wrong. By the way, the lipstick I'm wearing, I thought was going to be brown, but it's more like a purple brown, but it's still really good. Fucking $11 from Priceline. Australians no Priceline. And, like, it's fucking pretty mad for $11. I honestly thought it was going to be dog shit quality, but it's really not. I've got a black one as well because I've run out of my Jeffree Star one. So I'm going to test those out over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, $11, fuck yeah, that's like 1/7 of the price of what I would pay for Jeffree Star. Anyway, like, this video isn't even about any of that. But yeah, stuff. Also, I'm wearing blush for the first time. Shut the fuck up and get on with the fucking video yourself. Anyway, hello Kevjoylers. Sorry for that massive tangent before I even got into the subject of what this video is going to be about. No, this video, as you can probably tell from the title, because I'd say I'd title it to have something to do with the subject matter, but yes. I'll be pretty much discussing how I celebrate Sabbats, which is a like pagan witch thing. Not really. I mean, it's a nature thing, but it's generally celebrated by the spiritually inclined. All the Sabbats are. I'm not talking about Black Sabbath, by the way. No. Assholes. There are times throughout the year that are specifically significant spiritually, because they're the ticking over of the seasons. Many witches or pagans or spirituals will celebrate. A lot of people celebrate unintentionally, with Halloween and Christmas and Easter and all that stuff. In the Northern Hemisphere anyway. In the Southern Hemisphere it's all backwards. I'll explain that in a moment. I'm going to say more or less all pagans and witches do it, just because I know some may not, because everyone has their own spiritual path, and some just may not acknowledge or celebrate the Sabbats, well, the Sabbats that I do, or most would, because I can't speak for everyone, obviously. Everyone has their own path, and that's fine. Ain't no thing. I was going to record this a few days ago, so I was going to say, oh, in a few days, but life got in the way, as you might be able to tell from, if you follow me on Instagram, I tend to update if shit just hits the fan, and it did, and so I raid quit, and I'm recording today. But yeah, today's actually in bulk. If I pronounce any of these Sabbats wrong, it's because I don't fucking know how to say them. Like half of them you say in like 6 different ways anyway, and it's just like, buddy. And like, I mean, it's not even something that you can really look up, because like a lot of different people from around the world are going to say it a different way, regardless of if there's some sort of way that you're supposed to. But anyway, in bulk, I'm just going to say in bulk, is today actually. But this is only because I celebrate on the exact date seasons wise. Most people, at least most people I know who celebrate, will celebrate Sabbats on the traditional date, and the traditional date of Imbolc is the 1st of August. This year, the exact seasons ticking over date into spring is the 7th of August, so today is the day that ticks over into spring, and that's what Imbolc is. Imbolc is the first day of spring, or it's also known as the quickening, where everything starts, you know, becoming lively again. Yes, I would go more in depth with that, but I won't. If you guys want me to go more in depth with Sabbats, like every specific one, because I'm not actually going to talk about Imbolc specifically in this video, I'm just going to say how I celebrate Sabbats in general. because I have kind of a two-part system of doing that. But if you'd like me to go into depth with any of them, there are a couple that I'm more closely linked to than others, but if you'd like me to go in like some sort of depth with them, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know, really. Like, all of this is just very let me know kind of thing, because I'm not going to do it if nobody really wants to see it. I mean, it's kind of a waste of my time, isn't it? Explaining something to somebody who isn't listening. So yes, I suppose inbox blessings. No, wait, you guys won't see this until tomorrow. So today for you, tomorrow for you know what I'm talking about. Now, before I get all of you Northern Hemisphere motherfuckers going all, oh my god, it's not even inbox, it's fucking Lumicide, fuck. Not in the Southern Hemisphere, it's not. In the Southern Hemisphere, it is actually inbox, because the seasons are reversed in the Southern Hemisphere. When you're experiencing summer, we're experiencing winter. So when you're experiencing, say, Letha, we're celebrating Yule. When you're celebrating Beltane, we're celebrating Samhain. When you're celebrating Ostara, we're celebrating Mabon. And obviously, when we're celebrating Imbolc, you're celebrating Lama/Lumicide. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we're celebrating the opposites. If you are in any way confused about that, look up Wheel of the Year, or the Sabbath Wheel of the Year might help you a little bit more, but just Wheel of the Year should be fine. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, whatever Sabbath it is for you, just go completely to the opposite side of the Wheel of the Year, because it's an even amount. So if you just go the exact opposite, that's what people in the Southern Hemisphere are celebrating. Anyway, just off topic, kind of. That was pretty off topic, I don't know, because I'm talking about how I actually celebrate. I'm not trying to explain all of this to you. But I thought I'd just clear that up if some of you aren't too well versed with it, because I know some people have problems figuring that out straight away, but once you have, there you go. This time round, I'll be, because Imbolc isn't actually something that I'm 100% very closely connected to. You know, it's a beautiful time of the year, isn't it? Like, when it's just heading into spring from winter. Like, it's still cold, so I'm not, like, dying of heat. But it's, like, it looks really nice outside. It looks all, like, sunny-like and lovely. So it's like, you can go outside and not be dying as a goth. Anywho, this time round, as I said before, it's kind of a two-part system that I have going on with Sabbats. Sometimes it's only the one part, which is something along the lines of I'll do, like on the exact date, I'll do some sort of ritual or some sort of spiritual workings in kind of like a celebration for the Sabbat. It will be linked to that specific Sabbat. It won't just be like a general thing like other times might be, but yeah, I'm not going to go into depths on what my rituals or celebrations or spiritual workings are kind of about, because that's it's a personal thing. It's not like it's raunchy usually or anything like that. It's a personal thing. I suppose it equates to Christians going to church to pray solitarily, because I'm a solitary witch, as I've said. I think I've said that. I'm not sure. Yeah. If I haven't mentioned that, yes, I'm solitary. I don't really feel comfortable with the idea of being in a coven. I never have. I've been part of kind of covens, and it's just not something I'm really that big into. I have worked with other witches for certain, like, I want to say projects, but that makes it sound like so unspiritual, but like I have done joint rituals and stuff like that, but I'm not in like a coven kind of setting. There are a multitude of reasons why I don't like the idea of being a coven, but I won't go into that here, because I keep fucking tangenting off everywhere. Anywho, yeah, so I do some sort of personal thing. This is usually either at home or in a place of power for me, which is usually by the sea. I'm, relatively obsessed with the sea, hence having Cove in my YouTube name. Cove Queen Salma, I mean, yeah. I grew up by the sea, so I have like a huge connection to it. I always feel my most spiritual by the sea, especially at night. Yeah. So yeah, I do that kind of ritual thing, but I do spend the whole day in sort of love and admiration for the season ticking over. I don't know how to explain it. This is supposed to be a video explaining what I do for Sabbats, and I can barely fucking explain. So half of it is I do spend the day kind of celebrating in my own way. Sometimes I won't even have time to do a ritual, to be honest, but I'll spend some sort of way in like admiration, celebration and love for the season taking over. I'm not going to be able to find in such short time a better way of explaining that, so you're just going to have to take it as I've said it, unfortunately. Fuck. When I do a two-part celebration, the second part is either within the week before or after. Usually it's between traditional day and the actual Sabbat. I try to make it on a weekend so people can actually show. But I host a sort of gathering, some sort of get-together. It's not actually specifically a spiritual gathering. Like, I don't invite just spiritual people, like witches or pagans or anything like that. I just invite anyone. It's not a spiritual gathering. It's really just a day for me to be able to celebrate further, surrounded by people that I love and respect. Some people seem to get a bit confused when I invite them because they think that there's going to be some sort of group ritual or something. Not the case. It's literally just like a barbecue or a picnic or beers or something, which is like another kind of just celebration for me. It's just for me to celebrate a special time of the year with people I love. And it doesn't, like, it takes the name, like I put it in the event name, but it's not entirely about that. I try to explain in the event description that it's not, you don't have to be spiritual to show up, but a lot of people just get confused anyway and think that they have to, like, actually be celebrating that, where it's really just like catching up with the cellmate for like an evening and having a time. Usually I try to make it before an event night so I can get us all to head to an event together after the barbecue or beer or picnic or whatever. I do try to make the location of these gatherings something tied to the Sabbath. Like for Ostara, which is the spring equinox, I will be having an event, and I'm going to have that in the gardens somewhere. Last year for Litha, which is the summer solstice, I had it at the beach because summer, and yeah, barbecue at the beach. Or what was I celebrating? Was it Samhain? I think I celebrated Samhain the last time I did one. I think it was Samhain. I'm pretty fucking sure. Yeah, it was. But I celebrated that actually just at a friend's. A friend of mine offered his backyard for me to have it there. I was going to have it in gardens, but we just figured that would be easier, and he was happy to do that because he hosts his own barbecues that tend to go around the seasons. Not quite in the same way that I do, but yeah, we had kind of a joint thing go on there. Yeah, so the second part of my like two-part system is just gathering with people that I love, and you know, it doesn't have to be. They don't have to be spiritually inclined whatsoever. It's literally just catching up with mates because special time of the year. It's like, yeah. A lot of people seem to think it's my birthday when I invite them. Like, it doesn't say that anywhere in the event description, but a lot of people seem to think it's my birthday when I invite them. I'm probably leaving some shit out, to be honest. This was kind of a spur of the moment video. I didn't put that much planning into it because I don't do the same thing every time round. I don't know, it's all a bit wishy-washy, it depends on how I feel kind of deal. I rhymed! So fucking fabulous. By the way, ignore how fucking shocking my hair is right now. I barely wash this shit because it's really unhealthy, but it just looks like dog shit. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I look like dog shit. Alright. There's not really anything I can do about that at all. Speaking of the spiritually inclined, one of my favorite occult, like witch, pagan sort of spiritual stores in Melbourne Muses of Mystery is, I found out when I was there last week, picking up some supplies, I found out that they are going to be having a stall at one of my favourite biannual events in Melbourne, which is the Melbourne Gothic Victorian Picnic, run by two friends of mine, which is just a huge gathering of like goths, alternatives, history buffs, in the gardens in Melbourne. Everyone dresses up all Victorian-like, and it's just, it's beautiful, or just Gothic in general, I suppose. Some people come as pirates, some people come in like just all these different things, and it's just such a beautiful event. And this time round, my friends are expanding it out. They're going to have like a whole group of stalls there, like in these gardens. They're renting out like the lots for a whole group of stalls, one of which is going to be Muses of Mystery. It's fucking amazing. They're also going to be having a raffle. Yes, they're going to be having a raffle. A rap battle. No. They're going to be having a raffle in support of the Fly-by-Night Bat Clinic in Melbourne, which is kind of a group that rescues and rehabilitates flying foxes and bats and that kind of dealio, which is a fucking great cause. What better reason to have a raffle than to help little batties? So goth. Oh my god. I just like realized how goth everything I just said was. Just like the Gothic Victorian Picnic, going to be having a raffle with like witchcraft stores, and also they're going to be supporting a Fly-by-Night Bat Clinic in Melbourne. Fuck. So come along to that if you're in Melbourne, definitely. Event links to the event link and the links to the Fly-by-Night Bat Clinic and Melbourne Gothic Victorian like page, all of that will be in the description. So just have a peruse through all of that. Like, if any of you are like the way I think you are, you would love all of this. By the way, I'm hosting a public get-together for those black metalers that are going to see Inquisition this Thursday in Melbourne. I'm going to be hosting a pre-drinks. I think so far there are about 10 of us going. But yeah, I'm going to be hosting a pre-drinks just before that event. This event will also be in the description, so if you want to hang out with me for like a couple of drinkerinos before Inquisition, fucking go ahead, come along, that's fine with me. More the merrier. I love like hosting events where people can just meet each other as well. I think I have a couple of people going who are trying to just meet some other metalheads in Melbourne because they never really have had the chance. So yeah, I love doing that whole thing. And invite whoever you want along. The reason that I've done it via my like page is so anybody can go, anybody can invite anybody, and it's all good. So yes, the event link to that will also be in the description. Yeah, so it's going to be at Asian Beer Cafe from about 4 p.m. Anywho, yeah, just everything that I've mentioned in this video, other than the actual Sabbat explanation thing, is going to be in the description. So just go there, you'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. I think that's about all I had to say. I'm not quite sure. Look at the smell of this. Like, it's a liquid to matte and it smells really nice and it tastes really nice as well. It might have something to do with the fact that I use like a ultra moisturizing dark chocolate lip balm when I'm trying to be good to my skin. But yes, I think that's everything I've had to say. Thank you everyone who's been supporting me. It's been like insane. I've just been like growing like a motherfucker. Oh my god. I know how that sounds. And it sounds awesome. I've got a boner for all of you. Just all of you. Anywho. Getting a bit over the top there. Just a little bit. Anyway. Like this video if you want to see more about my spiritually, witchy, occulty, pagany, I don't know. I've always had trouble choosing a label for this shit. I was having a talk about it to one of the girls who owns Muses of Mystery, and just like fucking choosing one label for like trying to explain the whole thing is just really annoying. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the fuck up, because yeah, if you like these kind of videos, give it a like, subscribe to me if you haven't already, because I'd love to see all you Cove Dwellers come back and hang out with the cellmate again. Yes. Welcome if you're new, I suppose. um, until next time, ciao for now.